this looks like an ordinary game of Pac-Man, right? I eat the dots and then get bigger dots to eat the ghost, right? Well, watch what happens when I eat this unfrightened ghost. I ate the ghost, but how could I have done that without it being frightened? And also, what was that freaky number? Well, this is actually a game I made called Pac-Man Math, where it's essentially Pac-Man, but with a simple math problem in this lower right corner. What is that? Here's how it works. The game generates a random equation using numbers 0 through 9. These ghosts then generate their own numbers that poses possible solutions to this equation. Pac-Man already knows the answer to this question, but he can't answer it unless one of the ghosts has a solution to the equation as well. So, Pac-Man gently asks the ghost, "Hey, do you have the solution to this problem?" If not, then Pac-Man can't eat the ghost. However, if they do, then Pac-Man can eat the ghost. Once Pac-Man eats the ghost, the game generates a new problem. Then he is rewarded with a multiplier by the solution of the equation to his score. Here's an example. Let's say my score right now is 1000. The largest possible equation you can get is 9 plus 9, or 18. 1000 times 18 is 18,000, so you can get a bigger high score if you solve the problem and eat a ghost with the solution. This creates an incentive for players to actually solve the problem, since the game can pretty much be played without even doing any math at all. So far, the only mode you can play in this game is addition, but I do plan to add subtraction, multiplication, and division modes as well. If you have any suggestions for other modes, then I'd be glad to hear them. Anyways, enough of the chatting. I bet you want to actually see me play the game. So, let's play. Alright, so this is the game. Here's the instructions. This is how you play. I'll do some commentary while I play so you can kind of get an idea of how to play the game. So basically, how this works is, I can't really provide an example since none of these ghosts have an answer to a plus 8, but the equation is in the bottom right corner, and these guys do have randomly generated numbers. So if I eat a ghost, see my score went up. So 6 plus 7 is 13. So let's go eat Pinky since her number is 13. As you can see, my score was multiplied by 13. Hopefully I can't tell. It's really hard to tell. Let's go eat Clyde. You can see that my score went up much higher. So the score always, if I didn't die, the score always gets multiplied by the number you beat. Like, if they are in frightened mode, they won't multiply by 12. But if one of them had the answer to 7 plus 7, which is 14, then if I ate it, then my score would be multiplied by that amount of number. It'd be multiplied by 14. Now, because this game is in early development, and so was my brain apparently, these guys do get faster as the game goes on, but that is something that I do plan to actually do. Also, you get lives back for every level you beat, so that's pretty cool. Let's get Clyde out of his little cubby so I can eat him, see if my score multiplies by 10. And it did, and you can tell it did because it just added an extra 0 to the back of the answer, or the score I meant. Oh no. Okay, I was kinda worried that I was gonna get ghosts when they're frightened for some reason, don't go through warp nodes. And I'm trying to figure out why that's the case. I'll fix it in the future update, I just don't know why it's doing that now. But for all intents and purposes, that's the game. You pretty much just eat numbers and ghosts and then solve equations. It's actually pretty fun, and you get to watch your score go up by like giant amounts of numbers. It's kind of addicting in that regard, in that sense. And also, it's Pac-Man, so it, by definition and association, is also just addicting in nature. But yeah, that's Pac-Man. And that's the game. Let's go get eaten. Well, that was fun. But historically speaking, games are always more fun when you play them yourself. So if you want to play this game, you can go to the GitHub link in the description where you can download a zip file. I do want to say really quickly, I don't know if the game works on anything other than Windows, since that's what I use, and I didn't check Unity to export to any other systems. But I'm sure exe files still open on other operating systems. And if not, then I'll just have to do it in another update. Anyways, go play the game yourself and test your basic arithmetic, I guess.